Hello guys, good evening everyone, good evening everybody in the house. Chalo, let's get started with today, the final 2 days of the July program. Good evening all, good evening, good evening, good evening. Chalo, let's get started. Kon in the house. Okay, Yadav, Krishna, Kishore, Manu, Priyanka, Krishna, Kirti, Girish. Okay, Kishore, Krishna, Yadav, Omkar, Swapnil. Okay, Ankita, Saurav, Shravan. Okay, Pratik, Mudit. Good evening, everybody. Nice. Okay, Virendra Kumar, Sonam. बहुत लोग हैं. Chalo, let's get started, everybody, for the day. Piyush, Shivam, and all the members in the house. Good evening to one and all present here. We are into the final 2 days of the program. Okay, and the full focus as part of these 2 days are going to be about how the IT industry works. Okay, देखो guys, whatever we have been discussing as part of week 2, okay, whatever we have been discussing as part of the week 2, you have to apply all that knowledge during your interview processes. Okay, as part of the day 1 and day 2 of week 2, we discuss about projects. So when you talk about projects in your interview, speak about multiple softwares, SQL use cases, no SQL use cases, caches related use cases. If you don't know something, spend 2 days, figure it out, go to internet, know about it. Okay. Next, don't make your project small. Real-time world expects the projects to be big in the terms of microservices and small independent services. Okay, try to get into that kind of talk when you are doing it. And very important, if you can include a third party, it is going to also add value. Okay. Next, talk about REST APIs. That's very basic for every project. Learn the REST standards, how to define request, how to define response, how to handle HTTP status code. What is the meaning of 200, 400, 500? How the success to happen, how the failure to happen. Everything you have to learn. Okay? So please do that basic and then talk in the interview accordingly. It will really give a lot of value. Okay? Next, after that, we yesterday jumped into interview related things. Guys, whatever we discussed already in the notes of our WhatsApp, we have shared the notes as well about instructions. Please apply those principles while you are going for interview. Okay, everything is very important. Most important thing, right from the beginning, when the question comes, tell me about yourself. You need to take the interviewer in your direction. So prepare well about some use cases, explain their theory properly, prepare technical examples about how have you used in your work experience, and then talk about that as part of intro. And from then onwards, he might start digging more and then go through all. And guys, one important thing, all throughout the interview, thoda maintain good level of energy. Okay, nobody likes to work with dull people, lazy people. So thoda sa activeness rakho, show the enthusiasm that you are really excited for this opportunity. So knowledge plus that enthusiasm will create a very positive vibe for you during your interviews. So please apply that very properly. Now next comes, as part of today and tomorrow session, okay, we are also going to discuss on how the work inside the IT industry also happens. Okay, so there will be some theoretical explanations, there will be some practical demonstrations also. We will be today launching Agile, then we will get into Jira, then we will get into branching with Git kind of repositories. Okay, and that is how it's going to be a day-to-day working operation within the company. And guys, again, when you talk in your interview, you should talk about, okay, while you were doing project, you applied all of these knowledge. Okay, and that actually means, whoa, so this person has actually worked in a proper real-time kind of standards and ethics. It will have a very significant value. Guys, देखो, point is interviewer को बेचना है. Okay, so you are a marketing person in front of that interviewer, and whatever you know, you have to sell it in that 1 hour which you have. Okay, try to impress, try to convince. So your technical knowledge, framework knowledge, working of the IT industry, real-time project, when everything mixes together, you can create a very bombastic impact during your interview process. Okay, so chalo, all those things said and done. In 6 minutes, we have quickly summarized some of the very key aspects of how you should move forward. Okay, Now let's jump into today's topic. Guys, today we are going to focus on two things. Okay. One is we have already discussed in the past few days itself. Okay, from September, we are going to launch a project batch, Java-based real-time project batch, and also an internship. So today we will talk about that, what exactly the program will be, what kind of people can take advantage of that, and which people might not be relevant for it. So very transparently, we'll have a discussion about what is going to happen. But before touching on that part, let's come to the core topic, how work happens in the IT industry. Okay? So first, let's start with that. Let's dig on what tools, what software, what kind of people, and then you will be able to better speak it in interview about how have you worked on your project. Okay? So chalo, let's get started, everybody. Okay? So sharing my screen, notepad, here it is, and let's go. The final 2 days. And guys, it was really amazing. Okay. Today morning, I guess around 80 people or so joined in the morning today. Okay. Who guys were available in the morning today? Can you just do a thumbs up on Zoom? Let's see, thumbs up or clap or anything. Let's see. There were 80 people in the morning, 6:30 session. Okay. I guess many of that are here also right now. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. 26, 6, 5, and nice. Okay, very good to see, very good to see. That was wonderful. In the morning today, around 80 to 90 people attended the morning session, 6:30 to 7:30, where we actually broken down one strategic planning on how to accomplish goals. Okay, so that was really powerful. And tomorrow is going to be a continuation of that. So if others, you can really join as part of morning, please try to really make a shot. Tomorrow morning also it's going to happen 6:30. Okay, okay, fine. And recording of today's session is available in YouTube. I will share it again. It was really important session. I would highly recommend for all the people who were not available to watch it again before coming for tomorrow 6:30 will be even better. Okay, so after the session, you can watch that. I will paste the link in Zoom. Okay, fine. So let's get started for the topic of today. Very nice to see. So now this is commitment, waking up in the morning, trying to learn, jump in. That's pretty solid. Okay. Now comes the topic, guys. How the IT works. Simple hota hai. IT industry is evolved over the period of past 20 years, 30 years. It's a pretty old industry now. Okay, 1990 se shuru hua tha, and then it is like going on and on. It is like 30 years old industry. And point is, human beings are pretty smart. Okay, whenever they face a problem, they try to come up with solutions. The solutions might be maybe in the form of softwares or tools or processes. Another thing is key, what is IT industry? There will be a customer who has some requirement. The technical team builds the requirement, gives it to the customer, and the customer makes money out of it. Right? This is a basic service model. Customer comes with requirements, the technical team develops the software, gives it back to customer runs it in the real world, makes money out of it. And product-based organizations are like, they themselves have their own product, they develop the software, they themselves are marketing and selling it in the world and making profit. But basically, there is somebody who wants to run a business. Accordingly, he wants a software to be developed. And there are many people who develop the software and give it back and run it through. Now, guys, there are a lot of challenges in this full process. Okay? A lot of challenges, like how many people are required to develop the software, how much time will be required for developing the software, and what about the quality of the software? Will the customer be happy with whatever he got after the project was given back to him? Okay, and there are all these lot of questions. And over a period of time, many people faced a lot of problems. But IT industry, smart brains, they came up with solutions for all that. And that is nothing but in simple layman language is called a software development life cycle. Right from the beginning of the software to the end of it, what all things has to happen in terms of process, in terms of tools. IT has to work in an organized manner itself. Now, simple question I will ask you. Now, there are thousands of companies in the IT industry, right? Now, just imagine if every company follows a different way of software development. there are thousands of companies. If every company follows a different way of software development, then what is going to happen? You will learn the way by which one company develops it. But now let's say when you are trying to switch your job and go to another company, if that company follows a different process of software development, then you have to learn that, which is time waste for you, which is time waste for the company, because you don't know that new process. So you have to learn that, adapt to that. That itself might take some bit of time. And then again, people keep moving in the IT industry, project to project, company to company. Now that means there is a need of standard, one common way of working, which might apply for many companies. So that once you understand that, anywhere you go, you basically work with the same standards, same terminologies, maybe a few variations here and there, but otherwise it is going to remain the same. And that is where standard models of software development came. Okay, and all those models you might have heard, waterfall model, spiral model, but now a very commonly adapted and very result oriented model is agile way of software development. This is not something new. It is there in the market since past 20 years now, but now it has become really common. Many people are using it. It is, I have worked on agile since past 10 years. So matlab utna purana. 10 years extensively. Next, I have seen that company have trained their full 1,000 employee company. They trained on agile and they started applying agile in the project. Okay, so that means company is ready to put money for training people on agile. So this is something really common in the current times. And in your resume, you can say, I can work on agile based projects. I worked on agile team while I was doing internship. It will carry nice amount of value to you, because if you're not aware, then you will spend time in learning that. Okay, so as part of today's session, we will discuss about what exactly is agile and how things happen as part of an agile environment. And then we will start. The point is, we will just do a high level touch today. Okay. So when we get to agile, next it enters into Jira. It's by Atlassian company. It enters into Jira. Jira is an end-to-end project management tool. Every company will have some project management tool, end-to-end project management tool. And every developer or tester or whoever you are in the company, junior, senior managers, whoever, you will be using Jira on a day-to-day basis. So you need to understand what it is. And especially if you are claiming that you have done some internship or working for some project, then you should definitely know what is the value and importance of Jira and how to work with it. Simple, but awareness is required. Next, Agile, entering then into Jira, which is a day-to-day activity of how the project is growing. And then we will get into branching, or let's say Git repository. It is nothing but code versioning or code management in the system. So there are like GitHubs, Bitbucket, and every project will have that. Now the point is, every project will follow some way of working. You can say that we worked in an agile based project. Every project will have some end-to-end project management tools. There are many names like Trello is there, Microsoft Planner is there, Asana is there, and Jira is there. Jira is one of the very commonly used one for many people, many projects. Okay, but yes, there could be some other variations. You can say that you have worked on Jira. And then finally, the code has to be organized in the system. Okay, let's not dig in much into the code part, but yes, there is a team of 5 people, 10 people. In my case, it is a 40-member team. Now, 40 members, just imagine if they all try to modify one file, let's say xyz.java or xyz.py or xyz.js. If they are trying to modify that one file, 40 people, it has to be tracked who has done what modification. Okay, and maybe all people are writing different functionality. They all need to modify the same file, so they should not override each other's code. I think what here itself you can feel, oh, it is challenging. Without a code management way, it is not possible to really control, and it's a very big challenge. Now, point is, it is very stable in the market, and you need to know how to work with this on a day-to-day basis. This will be your day-to-day activities in the IT industry. Okay. Now, point is, let's get started. What exactly is Agile? Okay, I will showcase a quick screen in front of you. Okay, have a look here. Here it is. Sharing the screen once again. Let's see this. This is how Agile work happens. And specifically speaking, there are multiple things into Agile. Scrum is one of the way of dealing. Okay, there are like Agile can be implemented in Scrum approach. Okay, so people might say, oh, in your company, how were you developing software? You can say, hey, we were using Scrum methodology, which is a part of Agile itself. There could be something called as Kanban methodology. So these are some of the names available. Okay, in Agile, how it is implemented is Scrum methodology or Kanban or Scrumban. All these are terminologies, but major ones people use Scrum. It is a very proven one. You can start with Scrum, and then even if you are working with these two, it is some set of modification. Yeah, but the basic principles of Scrum, if you understand, you can understand the rest too also. So yeah, this is how you should say Scrum framework or Scrum methodology I used as part of Agile. Okay, fine. Now what exactly it is, just have a look at the screen and fatafat touch kar. Okay, we will start talking practically. Theoretical things, so let's keep it aside. Let's talk genuine experience based things of what you are supposed to do on a daily basis while you work with this kind of an approach. Okay, so let me get some water and then we will dig down. But meanwhile, read whatever you can understand. What is this person? What are the terminologies written here? Ek ek karke, let's try to understand the terminologies. Okay, it is saying something called as product owner. Here you can see a product owner. There is a team. There is a scrum master. So some designations here. Product owner is one of the designation. Scrum master is one of the designation. Rest of everybody is called as a team. But in the team, there will be, yes, freshers, interns, server guys, QA guys, front end guys, DevOps guys, okay? DBAs, architects, all those roles will be part of the same team. And then there is a scrum master. Okay? So basically, these are the roles. And then there is some process. Like product owner prepares product backlog. Next, the team decides from this backlog how much work they can complete as part of some meeting called a sprint planning meeting. Then they decide, okay, who is going to work on what items, and that becomes a sprint backlog item. Next, they start working on that feature. And as a result of that, while they are doing it daily, they connect in the morning to discuss the progress. Okay, simple. They go. Point is within 30 seconds, we just spoke through a lot of process here. Product owner gives the requirements in the form of product backlog. Next, team understands the requirements into a meeting called a sprint planning meeting, where they plan how much work they will be doing as part of the some time window. Let's say 2 weeks ke liye, if you want to develop a product, what features can you finish it in 2 weeks? You will decide that. Next, you will decide which person is going to work on what feature. That is all called as task breakout or sprint backlog. Next, daily people start working on their own items. While they are working on their items, you can see a 24-hour sprint. This is called as daily stand-up meeting. Every day morning, the full team connects together, discusses how the progress is going. Are they blocked? Do you think like whatever was planned for the 2 weeks, will we be meeting that? So that is going to happen here daily. If there are problems, they will try to fix it so that there is no last moment surprise. Once the full cycle completes, in the end, there is a finished product. Whatever is developed by the team as part of that window, 2 weeks window, it will be called as finished product. Then the team does a review where nothing but a demo is going to happen about whatever was the features planned, promised, and have we able to deliver that, and how the demo, like full feature is going to be demoed to the customer. If it all looks good, it becomes a finished product. And then there is a retrospective meeting. Retrospective is like 2 weeks you have lived. If there is problem in the 2 weeks, what kind of problem? Okay, and how do we solve it? Let's say somebody was on leave, unplanned leave. Now, because of that, project is not able to continue forward. That kind of problem will be discussed. Oh, that guy was on leave, so we were not able to deliver the project on time. Next, during the project development, if technical problem came, which took lot of time, more time to fix, that is going to be discussed here. Why it took more time? If there are a lot of quality problems, many bugs coming in the project, that might impact the project, that will be discussed here. And it is the reason is you discuss it so that you can solve it in the next working week. Okay? Why this was simple? Dekho guys, in a matter of 2-3 minutes itself, we spoke everything about Agile. Now we will get into more details about piece by piece, but just understand whatever we spoke in the past 3 minutes, that itself is Agile. This is how you will work in the IT industry on a day-to-day basis. I try to keep it simple. Just in the 3 minutes, we can just explain everything. This is what might happen in your interviews also. Oh, explain me how were you working in your project? And then you have to get into this level of details. What were your day-to-day activities? You can get into this level of details. We were doing this in the morning, then this, then this, then this. Okay? Okay. So whatever I spoke very fast for 2-3 minutes, how many of you understood it? Let's score it from 0 to 5. ठीक है, देखते कितना समझा, but we will get down into every topic by topic. ठीक है, 0 to 5. 5 is yeah, you understood really everything properly. 0 is like कुछ भी नहीं समझा. Score yourself 1 to 5 just in comments. Let's see कितना समझा. Okay, there are 3 4s, 5, 4.5, 2, 4, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4. Okay, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. ठीक है, एक काम करते हैं. Okay, just 1 second. Just a second. Meanwhile, yes, you guys keep observing. We will jump into every topic one by one. Just for those guys who are not much, did not catch it, we have to anyways get into more details as well. Okay. Okay. Score 0 to 5. 5 is understood. Okay. Now I'm just putting 5. 4, 4. I'm just writing a quick poll. Okay. 3, 2, and here 1, and here it is a single select. Here it is poll. And now I'm just putting a Zoom poll. Let's see some understanding. Okay. ठीक है guys, there is some problem in the Zoom poll. तो बाद में देखते हैं. ठीक है. So I'm setting it up. It's adding. It's not really saving it in itself. ठीक है. Okay. Anyways, so I got it from the chat at least. Yes, there is a scattered one, and yeah, somebody saying WhatsApp poll करो. ठीक है, वो भी चलता था. But let's just continue forward. Okay. Yes, I think there is a split audience. Some of you are belonging as part of 4 5s, and some are belonging as part of even there were zeros also. ठीक है, तो चलो सबको साथ लेके चलते हैं. Let's jump everything together. Okay. देखो guys, IT industry is a way of operating where many people work together to accomplish one goal, which is finishing a project. Okay. Basically, project needs to be delivered by a team, and it will be given to go live the end customer. This is what everything is happening. Okay? That means, first of all, you need to know that what needs to be developed. That becomes your requirements. What needs to be developed? Once it is clear what needs to be developed, then the technical team develops it. Okay. Then it goes to production. Now the thing is, if a customer wants something, right? So the requirements are going to come from the customer. So customer somehow gives the requirements. The technical team develops the requirements, and then it go live. Nothing but given to end customer. But point is, given to end customer, यहाँ से भी पहले एक process will be there. If the customer has given the requirement, before giving to the end customer, customer wants to also, this customer, the client, let's just call it, there are too many customers going, let's call this person as the client who gives the requirement. The client gives the requirement, the technical team develops the requirement, and then we go live. Now the thing is, before going live, the client might simply say, I want to even review. Nothing but I want to see a demo, what you guys have developed. And if you guys have developed it properly, then we will be going it to go live production. But this is a simple flow, and it is just logical. The person who gives the requirements wants to see the requirements before it is given to production, and this is what is a simple SDLC flow. Simple SDLC. This is what it is. Now the point is, now let's open this even more. Now customers are or clients, they are not going to directly talk to the technical teams because they are business people. They have a lot of other things to be doing. They have to focus on their business. So they need some specialist. And guys, there have been projects where I directly spoke with the customers, directly with the clients for developing the projects. Okay? And the customer, point is, business people, they only know, okay, we want some functionality. They will say, ki, okay, we want a login page. You take username and password and just allow people to get into the system. Okay. Customer requirement will be that basic. Okay. But the thing is, there are so many questions here. Okay, login page should be there. But in the website, where that page should be developed, what should be the messaging there? Will you like username? How will the mockup be? Okay. And then if the login is failing, then do you want to have any other logic there? Reset password logic also should be there or not there? Business people does not understand all this. They are like, our requirement is like website bana, login karo and aage ka kaam karte. Business guys just talk like that. But these other details, like how the screen should look like, what should be the naming, what should be the error handling for all this. Okay, if there is a failure happening, username password invalid, should there be additional logic of failed counter tracking? Should there be a reset password functionality? Should there be forget password functionality? And all of that drama, business guys basically, they don't really think about it like that. They are like, huh, when you give them the options, they say, huh, put this also, put that also. This is not how the real world applications are supposed to be built, right? For the technical team, there should be very nice clarity what needs to be developed. Without clarity, technical team cannot build anything strong. And that is where clients are not in a state to give requirements to the technical team. They say, okay, and that is where in the IT industry, a designation itself came called as product owner. The work of this designation is the clients to understand what they want, accordingly build up the requirements, okay, in a manner that technical team can understand it properly and then develop it. That is where this designation comes, product owner. Okay, maybe these are also called as in old waterfall spiral BAs. Okay, people might call them as some other thing. BAs, they are like trying to analyze the business and all that, but some kind of portion of work here they do as a form of understanding requirements, converting it into some form which technical team can understand. And accordingly, slowly, because they are so much into the game, for many projects, the clients will not be directly talking with the technical team also. So for the technical team, for many projects, the product owner itself becomes the starting and the ending. The product owner gives the requirements, the technical team develops the requirement and gives the requirement, a demo back to the product. And maybe internally product gives it to the client, it's his call. But once everything is done proper, if all looks good, then the go live happens. So far understood? Just confirm in the chat if you really got the simple basic code, but clarity is required. Just quickly confirm it in the chat. Okay, very good. Simple, eh? But you need to know why these designations. Okay, very good. Thanks for confirming. Team. Now, chalo, let's dig down further. And that is where in the diagram, now you are seeing there is a product owner. Then there are people working. Finally, they are finishing something. Okay. Now, we are now getting into agile model. Okay. The basic of agile is also same. Requirement needs to be built and given back. How they do it, that keeps changing. Okay. Now the thing is requirements. A project is going to be a pretty big project. Sometimes the project lasts for 5 years, 10 years. Come on, you take HDFC Bank. Since how long this website is there or this banking system is there? Many years now. That is a project since that long. Facebook, Microsoft related products. So 10 years, 15 years. So that means sometimes project life cycle could be even that decade old life cycle also. Many IBM products are like that. Okay, sometimes project might be 6 months project, 8 months project, 1 year, 2 year. It could be anything. I have worked on projects which lasted for like 5 years also. Big time products. Now the thing is, if there are so much features to be developed for years of time, how exactly these requirements should be understood, developed, and taken to production? There has to be a system for that. It cannot be chaotic and it cannot be like full 1 year to develop karenge and then we can give it to production. It should not be like that. People cannot work for 1 year for a project and then deliver in production. That's not going to happen. So how it comes as part of agile environment is, this is now agile starting. Agile says, break down this entire project development phase. Let's say if 100 feature needs to be developed. Okay, total project needs 100 features to be developed. Agile says, don't develop everything in one go. Rather, break it down into smaller pieces. That smaller pieces are generally 2 weeks window, 2 weeks working cycle. Okay, or 2 weeks window. And there is a terminology called a sprint for that. They just call it as a sprint. 2 weeks working cycle. What Agile says is simple. Why? Fine, you have a team of let's say 10 people. In every 2 weeks, you decide out of these 100 features, how many features can your 10-member team develop fully and even deploy it into production. That's what Agile says. Break down your entire project cycle into smaller pieces of 2 weeks. Okay, generally some projects might have 1 week also cycle, 3 weeks also, 4 weeks also, but 2 weeks is the standard for many projects. So sprint cycle might be of different durations. But just for example's sake, assume 2 weeks of working cycle. That means before, on the day 1 of 2 weeks, you take some set of feature out of 100 feature. You and the 10-member team together, they decide, okay, for this 2 weeks, we can finish 2 features. 98 are still pending. We can finish 2 features, and then for 2 weeks, you actually work on those 2 features, finish it, and then go live. And then next 2 weeks starts. And when the next 2 weeks starts, then you again decide, okay, maybe now we can finish 3 features. Out of 98, you can finish 3, that makes it 90 features pending. Then 3 features are planned for this, and then you go live. What is happening is simply every 2 weeks, some set of features are developed fully end-to-end and deployed into the production environment. This is what is simply speaking agile. Okay, and if you want to know a technical definition, okay, just a bookish definition, don't talk bookish in the interview, guys. It doesn't sound good. Okay, don't talk bookish. But a simple definition means agile is time box based iterative approach of software development. Again, I'm telling you, I'm repeating. In your interview, don't give bookish answers. Okay? People ask you a question, okay, tell me about hash map. It should not look bookish. Everything that you talk in interview should look like your understanding. So when people talk about agile also, don't give them these theoretical definitions. Explain things. When you explain, that only means you understand it. Otherwise, not. Okay? Fine. No, but this is it. Time box based, 2 weeks of cycle. Iterative approach. What is iteration? For loop is iterative loop. Iteration by iteration, same set of things you keep doing. Here, iteration by iteration, every 2 weeks iteration is happening. What you are doing, same set of things, as in some feature you take, you run some steps on that and you deliver it. That's what is iteration. Okay, and iterative approach of software development. Now, once you understood these basic things, let's relook at the diagram. And I think hopefully now things should be very much clear. And definitely now 4 or 5 so chahiye hi chahiye. Okay? Now there should not be anybody like zeros and ones and twos. Now after this understanding, diagram becomes really simple. Let's look at it once. Okay. Again, this everything is agile, Scrum approach of software development. Okay. As part of this, there is this 1 to 4 weeks of sprint, nothing but it is the time frame in which some features will be developed, not all features. Okay. Now the question comes, which features you should develop? Because there are 100 features available. Which features should be developed? That means there has to be a priority and business importance. That work of assigning the priority out of these 100 features, which features to be developed, that priority will be done by product owner. And if you can see this, he collects the inputs from customer, teams, managers, executives, from a lot of people. And then he arranges the prioritized list of what feature or bug needs to be fixed. He creates everything in a priority. So we gave this example, 100 feature needs to be developed. These 100 features will be arranged in a priority by this guy. Top to down. Okay, technical team cannot say ki kaun sa karo, kaun sa nahi karo. You can recommend, but this guy finally agrees on a priority. Fine, and that priority is called as product backlog. The product is preparing a product backlog. Okay, sometimes POs ko people. This product owner is also called as PO. Just a terminology. POs. Who is your PO? Means they are talking about product owner. Sometimes people also say, okay, what is the name of your product? They might mean product owner. So contextual ho jata in the IT industry, this conversation. Okay. So POs, product owner, or simply called as products. These guys develop the product backlog. This product backlog is maintained in Jira. It's not lying in the air. It is all maintained in Jira. Now, don't get into it कि कहाँ होता है, कैसे होता है. Okay. But it is in Jira. We will look at it tomorrow. But for example's sake, let's say, just for example's sake, something like this. This is a Jira board. There is this called as backlog. Here, all the list of features will be there. This is called as a product backlog. Fine, just know it. Kuch to hota hai. Something is there. It's a product backlog. Requirements. Okay. Now comes the second question. How these requirements will be arranged? Now, in Agile, there is a terminology called as user story. And here that you see, these are all user stories. Requirements will be given in the form of a user story and available in the backlog. This is all done by the product owner. Okay, so understand this basic stuff. Okay, so yeah, we introduce another terminology here called as user story. Now let's go forward. Now the technical team comes together. Team selects starting at the top as much as it can commit to deliver by the end of the sprint. Nothing but 2 weeks may, how much work you can finish. The team comes together, discusses it. understands the requirement, thinks how much they can finish, and accordingly, based upon the time that they have and the number of people that they have, they will pick how much work they can finish. That is the purpose of sprint planning meeting. Sprint means this cycle, they plan how much work needs to be done as part of that. Further, they also plan who is going to work on what task. Sometimes multiple server member will be there, multiple UI members will be there, multiple QA will be there. They need to assign who should work on what features. There will be small bugs also sometimes in the sprint. So that all agreement is this part. Now, once this planning is done for the 2 weeks, what all things we will work upon, who will work upon that. Once this is done, then your 2 weeks of sprint starts. Okay. Now, once this 2 weeks of sprint is starting, then comes a very crucial role of the Scrum Master. देखो, Scrum Master का काम एक है कि whatever the team has promised, make sure that that work happens in the 2 weeks of cycle. That means any blocker, any problem that is coming in the team, the role of the Scrum Master is to solve that problem up ahead quickly so that whatever is promised, same work gets finished. And that is the reason this daily stand-up is there. IT knows a lot. There might be people, initial 3 दिन chill मार रहे project. They are just करेंगे. ठीक है, 2 weeks है ना, 10 days work is there. We will work later. Initial 2-3 days, let's enjoy. It cannot happen. Daily stand-up is going to happen, and you have to show some progress. Hey, what did you do yesterday? What is the plan for today? Are you blocked anywhere? Do you need any support? Are we on track to finish the planned feature? Daily, these kind of discussions will happen, and you have to give your update on a daily basis in front of entire team. This is what is the daily stand-up meeting. It makes sure that last moment surprises never come. Everything is clear in front of everybody, and people know whether they are able to finish the work on time or not on time by this daily stand-up meeting. Now, it keeps happening daily, and then they try to finish everything that is planned. And as an end result of that, there will be a demo, what we developed, how the feature is, and then we will give this feature back to the product owner saying, "Bhai, chal, production leke chalte." And then finally, there is a retrospective also happening. Retrospective is what were the problems in this sprint, or what did we do right in this sprint, so that next sprint may you can implement the learnings from the past sprint. By this way, 6 months ke andar majority of the problems will be solved, even for a new team, even whatever hiccups could be there. Okay? That simple is Agile. This is what will be your next 1 year of working if you get into Agile project. Okay? Now again in comments, 0 to 5 देते. Okay, let's see how many got how much. Okay, अरे वाह, सही है. Everybody like 5, 5, 5s. There are some 4, 4.5, but good to know. Good to know. There is nobody. Okay, there is nobody less than. Okay, there are few 3s. Abhi aaye, but otherwise majorly it's that. Okay. Okay, fine. Many people 5 on 5. Okay. Guys, the screen is visible, right? You're able to see my Agile board. Okay. I think somebody is not able to see, guys. Maybe at your side something might be there. Fine. Yes, right now we are at the PNG. Okay, okay, sounds good. Dekho, guys, now whatever we understood, try to think about this after the session. Next, go to YouTube, try to find some video on Agile. Okay, go to Atlassian website. There will be a lot of written documentation, or go to ChatGPT and ask, explain Agile, how work happens in Agile. Ever do that thing, read about it, and then stamp it in your mind. And next time onwards, prepare it for 1-2 hours. And next time when you're talking in interview, if any question comes like this, how you work, what were your day-to-day activities, how did you guys plan the features to be done, you should start talking in this manner in the interview. Okay, right now, because people are not aware, then they get confused when such word comes. Okay, so somehow try to really solve it out. Okay, and I think you will be able to do a pretty good job there. Okay, now this is what was the first half, which is, yes, 45 minutes of the program. Tomorrow is the last day and important day. We will be demonstrating two things tomorrow. One is Jira, and the second one is Git, like how the code is going to be managed. एक घंटे के अंदर we will try to cover both of them. ठीक है? Okay, now before really going for tomorrow's topic, the 15 minutes के लिए, let me quickly explain you about what we will be doing as part of the CT project. It's going to be for Java, guys, okay? Because we are going to get everything with regards to Java. So for the Java team members, we are going to do a real-time project. And plus then accordingly, this internship will also apply for the Java people. Okay. So and that too for developers, right? It's for developers. Why? Because we can focus on one set of people and give them maximum value. This is going to be for Java, and then we will be providing Java-based internship. Okay. Total duration of internship, we are going to give 2 months. Okay. And at the end of the 2 months, we are coming up with a way, if you guys are interested, extend it by 2 more months. We can make it even a 4 months internship. Maximum 4 months tak jayega. But initially default for everyone, it is going to be a 2 months internship. And then by the end of 2 months, if you say, no, can you extend it? And we are going to give you proper documents, company letters, saying what is your start date, what is your end date, what kind of work you did as part of it. Yes, you will get all the official documents from a company where we will give your dates properly. Okay. And then by the end of 2 months, if you say, no, I want to continue for 2 more months, we can even do that. So if you are not working anywhere right now, having this internship, you can actually fill an interview. Okay, hey, currently I am doing internship with so and so company, and I am working on this project. Parallelly, I am doing job hunting. You can actually showcase it like that. Okay, so it will give you value currently. Okay? Now, the point is, the basic target here is, I am not trying to build the internship like other companies. The reason being, whenever, let's say, a company has some internship opportunity, they will have maybe 2 internships, 5 internships, 10 internships. And for one project, maximum 1 to 2 people itself will be selected for internships. Maximum for one project, 1 to 2 person maximum will be selected. And if there are 10, 20 projects, then many interns are hired, are then distributed across teams. Okay. And right now itself, we see in the group, there are around 240 people. Point is, if I give internship, the way the rest of the companies are giving, majority of you will still not have it, and it will not be beneficial for you anyways. So I don't want to just do what others are doing, because it's not going to be useful for what we are trying to do. And the aim of this entire program is only one: you should get a job. So I cannot offer internship like the way other IT companies are offering, because in that case, I might have to select only 10 people out of this 240 people, which is not going to solve the purpose. Still, there will be majority struggling. We want to solve the problem ki how majority of you can get the job. That is where I'm coming. Yes, everything is going to be proper, authentic. You can fit in your resume and came in the market. Yes, I work for a genuine company, like a genuine internship. Okay, but we will be doing it different. Okay, we will be doing it different to get like majority of the people should be supported. Okay, now how it is going to be different? There are a lot of things here, but one thing you understand, I'm just trying to showcase the main difference. When you work for any project in any company, okay, as an intern also, whether it's free, whether it's paid, whatever option, okay, even when you work like that, the thing is, from morning till evening, you have to work only for that particular project. Yeah, and you might not really have other time for your own side self preparation or even job hunting wise. And even if other interviews are going to be arranged for you, you might have to really take time out to even attend more interviews. That means once you take an internship somewhere, basically your time really locks for working on that project. Okay? Now that's the second thing. You would get completely occupied. That's a good thing, but it has a drawback. I'm telling you how it is a drawback. Completely occupied with one project and one company. Okay. Now let's say if the internship that you're doing, if that company does not convert you to a proper paid employee, the thing, this is what the serious game is. Let's say you spend your next 3 months or 2 months doing internship, whether it was a stipend based internship or a free internship, but you worked there for 2 months, you did not get time to parallelly do the job hunting. In that 2 months, what did you learn? You learned about a project, you learned about how to work in IT, project plus softwares. You build a project, and that too, if it is like people give you ownership and responsibility, then you build a project with the right software, and then you got to know how to work in an IT. But as an end result, if you are not converted as a full-time employee, you did not even get time to hunt a job in parallel. You did not get converted into any other employee. What do you have after 2 months? You have one internship letter in your resume. You have one project, and you can say, I know how to work in IT. Now, the point is, in the end, if that is going to be your status, if you're not converted into a paid employee of that company, so in that case, I'm trying to give you these end results already with our CT internship. I'm coming up with the CT internship only with one approach. Why? You should have all these things already with you, and parallelly throughout the day, you should keep doing job hunting also. I don't want to block you throughout the day. I will just be guiding you in terms of, we will do this project. Along with the project, I will explain you every piece of the project, the functional requirements, the domain knowledge, the designing of application, why the designing of application, next the coding, the design patterns used in the coding, how are we coding everything. We will show you all everything practically, what softwares are used end to end, the technical challenges which are there in the projects, how to explain these projects in interview, how to code and everything. Plus, we will give the source code also to you. The point is that everything we will give to you. Maybe during the day, just practice it for 1-2 hours. Try to set up that code, try to understand that code, try to practice how to explain that project during interview. But rest of the time of the day, I encourage you to parallelly do job hunting so that you get another proper paid job in parallel. Not waste your next 2-3 months and still be on the ground. Arey yaar, abhi bhi wahin par atka par. So this is what we are trying to change. Okay, so the focus of this internship will be, you will get all these things. Plus, we will give you very detailed knowledge. Like 13 years I am working in the industry. Many projects will not give that learning. Those kind of learnings we will get into here. Already, I am working with one of the technical lead right now. Since past 2 months, he's coding and building the system. Okay, along with his real-time work, he's building the system. We wanted to launch this in August itself, but it was in a mid-state. Okay, now we are targeting September, May, and he's working on that. So we'll give you a very nice quality code, nice explanation, and then you have to practice all that. And the focus is, how can you create a maximum impact during the interview with this that we are doing. Okay. Now the point is, it is two things that we are choosing. Then who should take internship? More valuable, anybody having 2023 pass out, okay, and 2022 pass out. These people are putting internship. We did it for 2 months, 4 months, whatever. Such people will have a better value. In fact, if anybody is older, 2021 and all, then taking internship is not really going to add much value. Maybe you should try for other options which we have mentioned as part of week 1. Okay, paid working opportunities or something else. But I'm telling you, internship, I would suggest you, if you want to take, only these kind of people take it. Anything prior to that, it's optional because people will focus if more knowledge is expected. However, for these people, plus let's say the previous guys, 2021 and all, they internship might not be useful, but if you arrange some experience from somewhere, you will need project. Then you can take only the project. Okay, so this is where, as part of this full program, we are breaking it down into two pieces. One is CT project. It's going to be common. The project is going to be common for both the people who are enrolling only for project, plus who are enrolling even for internship. Okay, the project is going to remain the same for both. You can take this project, there will be a client name, you can put it into your resume. Okay, by questions we will take as part of attendance. You just mark it, your whatever questions you have, I will clarify it, and then we will take it forward. Okay, I will one-on-one reply to that. Now the thing is, this is how we will be doing project as well as internship. Okay, now how are we going to do it? First, within 1 month we are going to finish this full stuff. Okay, however, internship is going to continue for 2 months. Okay, how exactly is the plan? From 4th September onwards, we will be starting with this. From 4th September onwards, initially it will be 3-week, okay, program. Week 1 is going to be common, free for all, where we will be focusing on, again, primary aim is like we should get job. Even if you are coming for projects and internship, I'm not trying to give you project internship. I'm trying to make you capable for cracking the interview and getting the job. The goal is that you should get a proper job. These are the tools required for getting it. Okay. So week 1 is going to be common. We will speak about resume plus job hunting. That stays common. Whatever we did it for a 2 weeks time, or earlier we did it for 3 weeks, we will complete it, everything in week 1 itself. However, from week 2 onwards, week 2 and week 3 will be dedicated to project sessions. Everything about project, domain, this, that, blah, 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 full details about project. Plus on Saturdays, okay, we will be arranging 2 hours for Saturday, some special more sessions, again related to your project itself. And the kind of full thing is, you should be able to create a very proper impression during your interview process. Okay, and this is how it is going to be. Week 1 common for all, and every time we will be connecting in evening. Okay, evening time. I'm still thinking of doing it evening 8 to 9 p.m. It's going to be around 8 to 9 p.m. Right now we do it 9 to 10. We will try to move it early, so that if project needs more detailed discussions, we might extend to 9:30 also. So we can have bigger time frame also. That's where I'm trying to start it from 8 p.m. onwards, so that we can do some healthy discussions also. And first, every day, all the 3 weeks, we will meet evening 8 to 9 p.m. Next, on Saturdays, there will be some special sessions. I will announce the time for that. However, we will have all session recorded and recording with lifetime access will be given. Okay. Recording with lifetime access, you would get the client name to keep it in the resume. You would get the company name if you are taking internship. That will be coming. Client name will be coming. Next, project, okay, code will be given to you. Next, how to explain this project in interview. Okay, next we are going to even do AWS hosting, deploying it onto the live environment, like the way real world works, and full end to end working like IT we will be demonstrating, which will make you confident. Whatever you will learn from any other internship, all of those learnings we will give right, very concentrated in 1 month itself, so that you can start claiming it, and parallelly you will be doing job hunting. Okay? Now, the point is, for this, I have to anyways, right now I'm already paying a technical lead for building that kind of system. I'm working with IT companies for other stuff. And the point is, these are all really very valuable stuff. And if you really understand the value of this, okay, then I would ask you to think about it and then definitely enroll, because you will find, rather than being in the market, getting along with this will take you very fast forward as part of your job hunting journey. Okay? But yes, we are not keeping it free for all, because we want only the serious people. And since there is, from my pocket also money is going, so we are trying to make it commercial. However, Even for a college project, people are charging very high, like 5,000, 3,000. That's the very default. Even 10,000s are being charged for a real-time project. Okay. And our project is going to have a very better quality than even those people who are charging 10,000s and 5,000s. Okay. Now the thing is, we are trying to keep it as reasonable for majority of the people to take, because we want majority to get benefited with it. So the project is going to be positioned at around 1,000. And additionally, if you want an internship, it will be around 200 rupees. Okay. Simple project plus internship. This we will be positioning it at 1,200. And that's how it is going to be. Okay. From September onwards. However, for the current batch people, again, I am saying, okay, think about this. I don't want you to rush, but understand it is going to be very valuable. Okay. For the current batch people, since you are showing commitment, this is the second last day. That is where I waited for the second last day to really announce this, because serious people will be there, not just time persons. Okay. For the current batch people, these two rates, we are just trying to make it more less discount only for 2 days, today and tomorrow itself, with a pricing of 777. And here we are making it 111. So the total price is going to be 88. Okay, so internship price we are keeping it 111. Project price we are keeping it 777. All the same features will be given only for current batch people. And that only for 2 days, today and tomorrow. If you register today and tomorrow, then we will keep it like this pricing. And from next day onwards, whatever comes after tomorrow, like Saturday onwards, we will start like this kind of pricing. And in the September month also, we will, because I don't know, in future, more and more projects I will be introducing. And I even have planned to get into like creating paid working opportunities. Okay, that's going to be a long-term vision. In next 3 to 6 months, you will see more and more upgrades coming in. But the thing is, for rest of the people, after 2 days onwards, we will start charging this. Be it like whoever are interested, in them, serious people, and putting time on them so that they really become good and really crack it out. Okay? This is how it is going to be there. Now, the thing is, whatever questions you will have, mark it as part of the attendance today. And how to do the payment, I will be sharing a link also with you. Okay? So right now itself, I have it. And I'm giving you a 3-day money back guarantee. Because I know ki zarurat nahi hai, but somehow people feel hesitated to pay money. So I really want even that hesitation should go away. So second week onwards, okay, let me share my screen again. So try it out. 3 days I will be giving it to you. So this is how it is. So what is this 3-day money back guarantee? Okay. Right now, let's say you enroll, 3-day money back. Okay. Whatever you are paying, whether 777 or 111. If you feel that it's not helpful for you, not working out for you, I'll just give everything back to you. Okay. What is this 3-day will be? It starts on the week 2. Week 1 is anyways common for everybody. From week 2 we will be starting. So the dates of week 2 will be in the month of September, 11th September to 13th September. Okay. So 11th September, that is where the actual project week discussions will be there. 11th September to 13th September, 3 days you join every single day, all the paid members. And if you feel it's not working out, maybe better than this, you can try things by yourself, then just tell me by the end of 13th September and I'll just refund the entire amount also. Okay. But I want somebody who is really finding value, you stick with this and you will get far better results compared to next 3 months what you might struggle, or 4 months what you might struggle. We will learn all that very rock solid in 1 month, and the focus is to job lena chahiye. I will arrange some sessions where you practice how to explain in interviews. We will try to make it more collaborative in team bonding. 2-3 members of you discussing your projects with one another, explaining your projects to one another. That will help you to get more confident as well. We will do that kind of collaborative activities with the enrolled members forward and with the money back. Okay. And guys, this is the link. It is going to be only active for next 2 days with this pricing. If you want only project, you can just keep this internship optional. Don't opt for this. Fill up the rest of the details. Continue with the payment. Next, if you want internship, just add this checkbox. And but again, my suggestion will be that internship will be more useful if you are 2023 and 2022. But it is something in interview when you go, you can say, currently I am doing internship and we are working on this project. That will have some better value rather than just saying I'm not doing anything in the month. Okay? So I'm pasting this link. Who understood everything and would like to jump along with this, you can. Okay. And only separate internship is not available. If you are saying I want only internship, not the project, that option is not there. Why? Because whoever takes internship from me, I am responsible to give them the right value of the project, and then only I feel कि चलो कुछ काम का काम किया है. Okay, otherwise it not looks good. Okay, so take this link, guys. I've already pasted it in the chat. Take this link. 3 days का money back भी है. I don't think you should think much. The pricing is also pretty much manageable. I would suggest don't overthink about these things also. Rather than next 4 months struggling, if 1 month you invest properly, it will take you way forward as well. Okay? And right now, after this link, just ek kaam karte. Here I have mentioned, you take a screenshot and give it to me on WhatsApp. Once you do the payment here, all the members who are making decisions, anybody who opts for internship, I'll issue an internship letter as well. From 4th September, we will start. But just take a screenshot of your payment and give it to me on this WhatsApp number. It's there mentioned in the link already. And I've created this kind of a group for CT September group. We just joined that group as well in the WhatsApp. Okay. Rest of the details I will keep sharing with you as we go towards the session, because from 4th September we will be launching. All the recordings will be given, the project code will be given, and I think it's going to be really very valuable. Okay. And yes, all the attendance or questions that you have, please fill it up as part of this attendance sheet which I am giving, so that I will clarify. And even for tomorrow, the pricing is going to remain the same. So maybe you can make a decision by tomorrow as well. Okay. So it's all fine, but try to make some proper decision. It will be helping you, and it is coming with 3-day money back as well if you don't feel comfortable with whatever we are doing. Okay. So this is the attendance link. But it is only for Java, guys. So I would suggest others not to join in. Even the domain architecture knowledge is going to be common, but rest of the members, better to not take, because if coding itself, you will not get it. Okay, so then it's not required. Okay, fine. Okay, somebody is asking for the list to be shared in WhatsApp. I will share it as well. Okay, and this is the attendance code for today. Attendance code is 7777, or let's say 8888. देखो guys, as a prerequisite, I will just say कि basics of Java, if you know, it is good enough. We are going to do this project Spring Boot. So don't worry, I will be sharing you some recorded sessions where you can quickly brush up your Spring Boot knowledge as well. And then we will be speaking it in project. Yes, it will be in microservices as well. Guys, whatever questions you have, mark it as part of this attendance link. Okay, I would like to first clarify it, then you can make the decision. It will be in Spring Boot and microservices project. Basics of Java is enough. I will give you some recorded sessions where you can do Spring Boot related quick brush up. Yes, it is Spring Boot and microservices project. Okay, and I'm pasting the having DevOps background can join. But guys, this is going to be for developers. So even if you have DevOps background, if you know Java, but are you going to try for DevOps? So in that case, not required to join. Okay. So it will be focusing on the developer related area. So, but if you want to try as a developer, then you can come. Please mark your attendance, guys. Whatever questions you have, mark it as part of attendance, and then we will do. Internship letters will be given. Yes, whoever does the internship, for them internship letters will be given. But guys, the code that we will share is copyrighted code, so please don't publish it anywhere online. Okay, I will ask you to write in email that thing as well. Okay, don't give the code for anybody. Okay, because the code is really very sensitive. It's critical. And fine, I'm marking the paying list, attendance, like payment list, enrollment list, September CT enrollment. Whoever align with this, yes, you guys start enrolling, and 3-day money back ho raha hai. If you feel uncomfortable or not catching something after 3 days, it will be given back, no questions asked. And I will make sure ki almost everybody gets value. So I don't think it will get to a point where you will feel ki nahi galat ho raha. Okay? So it will be really useful. Chalo, thank you everybody. Please mark your attendance for today. And tomorrow is going to be last day. We will jump straight away into Agile and Jira and Bitbucket. Okay, all the questions ask it as part of the attendance form which I have already pasted to you guys, and there I will be clarifying it, and then you can make your decision if there is any questions. Okay, pasting this into our WhatsApp group also, the attendance link. Attendance code for today is 8888. This is the link. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. And I will be sharing you some Spring Boot related recordings as well. So before 4th of September itself, I will give you some Spring Boot related recordings where you can brush up your knowledge and try to understand, so that once we give you the code, explain you the code, you can catch things very properly there. Okay. Chalo, thank you everybody, and join in for tomorrow morning session as well. We will talk about the next part, and then we will go to the other things. Okay, fine. Guys, ask the question as part of chat so that we can properly respond to everybody. Whoever is, I want to first clarify your doubts there in chat one-on-one, and then you make your decision.